Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube. Hope you're doing fantastic. This is a daily documentation series of my road to 50k a month inside of high ticket sales, and then ultimately $100 million company per year. With that being said, today I wanted to talk about the theory of constraint. I learned that from my mentor Jack, and one of the fundamental business principles that you need to know is the theory of constraint. What is it? Fundamentally, it is finding what is the current main bottleneck of the business, finding it, because you collect data, and then from that data there's a typical trend of data that you should have in order to scale, and you find where the bottleneck lies. Then when you find the bottleneck, you need to find why that's the bottleneck specifically. Let's say your close rate is low, for example. Well, let's just do more sales training. No, but why is the close rate low? Is it because your sales reps are shit? Or is it because your pre-call, like VSL and nurture sequence, is dog? Okay, if it's the pre-call, then you know what to fix. It's not the sales training. Obviously, like, Zach can close anything, so you don't need all the pre-call in the world. But with that being said, you need to find the why behind the result. So with that being said, find the bottleneck, find why, then fix it. Now, with that being said, in terms of business, this is one of the highest leverage plays in actual genuine action. Meaning that for me, when I look at my sales career, for example, I have collected 93k so far this month. My goal is to collect over 300k, and it's already happened, it will happen. When I look at my metrics, my booked calls, my showed calls, my closed, my average order value, my referrals, my follow-ups. When I look at all of my metrics that are genuinely important, that need to be tracked, and I find what's holding me back from the 300k cash collected, because I did reverse engineer. I'm like, okay, in order for me to collect 300k, I need this many calls, I need this many to show, I need this close rate, I need this to be the AOV. Which number does not align? Then I find it. Currently, my biggest bottleneck is not close rate. My close rate is 51%. It's not bad. My goal is to get 70% close rate. It will happen, don't worry. That close rate's good. My AOV is good. It's 4k, and what I need is 3.8 to 5. It could be better, but if I were to fix it, I would need to identify how. Like, when someone's broke, how do I give them more money? I get them to apply for loans, you know? Anyway, my AOV's fine, my close rate's fine, my booked call's fine, my showed calls, they're what's lacking. Bro, why are these drivers just cooked? Anyway, when I look at my calendar, I'll get 12 booked calls. Four will show. A bunch of them cancel because of the setters, which is its own constraint. And then maybe like 2 to 3 no-show. So show rate's like 60 to 70%, but the cancellation rate is very high. So that is the biggest thing holding me back, because if I took 9 calls per day, 30k cash collected every single day, 100%. So with that being said, biggest constraint for me right now is showed calls per day. So what do I need to do to fix that? I need to have a chat with the DM team on how to set better, meaning that they're more intentful when they join the call. Sorry, they're more intentful and have more urgency so that they show up to the call. And then for me personally, I can do a triage call, I can dial, I can give some post-booking nurturing sequence to give them more intent. I can install an AI setup that qualifies a little bit more. That's probably the biggest leverage in my opinion. But all of these are ideas. But fundamentally, it is a management thing. And because I'm not a sales manager yet, Johan, if you're watching this, I'm taking your job. Because I'm not a sales manager currently, I can give suggestions, but I can't tell people what to do. Maybe that's a limiting belief. But anyway, I think that the systems are silly. I could also do double bookings, which means that I could mark my slot as free even though someone's booked in, so that my likelihood of having a showed call is significantly higher. I could do that. But currently on the trajectory to hit 300k cash collected, just having those showed calls, because average showed calls per day is anywhere from 3 to 5 when I get 12 books. That's a real big problem. I had 19 calls booked yesterday, but there's no point complaining about it unless I can fix it. So that's currently what I need to fix. And something to take note of is the faster that you can iterate and fix a problem, meaning that if I let this setting problem continue for the next 3 weeks, like, what the heck am I doing? As a business owner, as a sales rep, as anyone that's trying to get further in life, the ones who get the furthest are the ones who iterate fast. For example, when I am an offer owner and I'm making 10 million per year in a couple of years, like, my iteration process is going to be savage. I'm going to look at the data and be like, okay, close rate's good, but the setting's trash. Okay, let's get set of trading in. Making sure the AI is absolutely dialed. Whole point be it, you need to be aggressive. I just love flexing, dude. Maybe it's because I was a fat kid. Whole point is, when you are aggressive, once you find the constraint, fixing it, you can move on to the next bottleneck. Because think of it like a pipe. You have all of this water rushing through. If there's no water rushing through, then that's the problem. You need, like, that's the bottleneck. But think of it like you've got holes in this pipe. There's a really big hole in the pipe. Okay, let me fix that hole. If you take 2 weeks to fix the hole, then you're missing out on so much water. Fix the big hole, bang. Now there are a few more holes. There's a slightly small hole, fix that one, bang. Now this one. When you fix all the holes, there's a new one that comes. All right, back to it, just had a meeting. So, theory of constraint. With that being said, you find the bottleneck, you fix it. For me, it's about being the fastest iterator, and when I have my own business, what's holding me back from $1 million per month, I'm gonna be able to find the bottleneck and then fix it. And then there's the whole bottleneck of you. Like, you could, bro, I'm bleeding. You could be the bottleneck of the business, meaning that you're trying to fix all of the problems and you're not delegating the tasks. For example, I am going to hire a video editor sometime soon for my content, because that is very high leverage for me. And I can't just edit all my videos because there's a low leverage. So don't be a low leverage person. Be high leverage. Fix your constraints and analyze your data. Don't just freeball stuff. God bless, all the best, and bye-bye.